hello to everybody, all of the newbies. Let me see. Okay, so all right. You might be dealing with a kind of a toxic masculine here. Ooh, yeah. Or you're making a decision that you're forcing something. It's like you had to decide between two things, and in order to control the situation, you're okay, hold on. Page of Swords, Three of Wands. Yeah, and so instead of cultivating the mindset of waiting for something to come in, it looks like you are jumping the gun on something here, viewer. Let me see. Oh, okay. So whatever this has to do with, it's centered around what you believe is going to make you happy. With the Sun card and the Ten of Cups, this is like wish fulfillment. This is what feeds your heart, it feeds your soul. And I can understand why there's a lot of fear around losing this. Like, that Ten of Cups, all of us, we work so hard. I mean, most of us work so hard in trying to achieve this, like our whole life. And when you have Ten of Cups, you're going to hold on to it. Like, you don't want to just let that go. And so it's like, it's almost in your grasp. And especially with the Three of Wands showing up down here. And it's like, if you just waited just a little bit longer, and for this to manifest, this project or this, whatever this energy is particular to you that you've been working on, if you wait just a little bit longer, it could come in. And I see, though, instead of waiting, yeah, it's like you're getting nervous. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, wow. So maybe you started something and it wasn't showing a profit yet. It wasn't showing any sense of stability. And it's like you let it go too soon. Wow, yeah, Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So, wow, viewer. Okay, first of all, I want you to know something. Whatever you were working on was going to be incredibly fruitful. It was going to produce a lot of abundance. And I think you know that intuitively, but it just wasn't happening fast enough. And I feel like this is like heavy self-sabotage energy. I don't know, with Three of Cups in reverse, like maybe something about your community made you nervous. Like, this doesn't have to be your friends directly. This could just be, again, part of communities. Like, this could be even online communities. It's not usually how I read this card, but you know, like fear-mongering or just panic when it spreads. It's sometimes hard to discern whether it's true or not. And something about this has disrupted your peace. It's disrupted your trust in it manifesting. And it's almost like, okay, well, I'm just going to cut my losses. And, you know, so I don't lose all form of stability. Okay. What else, Spirit guys? What do you want to say? The Moon in reverse. Okay. Yeah, there's something about this that still needs to come to light. Four of Cups in reverse. I feel like whatever doesn't seem satisfactory to you right now, the reason it's not satisfactory to you is because you don't have all the information. And it's like you're kind of getting irritated at Spirit because you keep getting told to wait. And it's almost to the point, it's like, I'm done waiting. I am done waiting. I don't want to wait anymore. I give up. I can't do this Three of Wands energy anymore. I'm just going to release it. I don't even, it's just too much. And there's something about this that you still have to discover. And I can tell it's incredibly frustrating for you. But once you discover it, this Four of Cups in reverse, you're going to realize it actually is something that you want. so let me see. What about this? Anything else, Spirit? Spirit guides for the viewer. Okay, so it's on the bottom. Oh, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, on the bottom. So I see the Star card and the Lovers. Okay, hold on. That is a lot of naked bodies. I don't want to get censored. Yeah, so many. Hold on. Let me just grab some little stones. Okay, there we go. And I'll just give her some there. Okay, so Star card in reverse and the Lovers. Yeah, so okay. Yeah, I think to you this feels like a decision over what's your wish fulfillment versus what isn't. There's a lot of fear around getting disillusioned about whatever this is that you've been investing in. So I think that you've really put a lot of yourself into this, and there's this degree and aspect of being vulnerable that scares the shit out of you. You're really afraid of losing everything, which is, I don't want to say it's funny, but you've already put so much into this, and it's almost like not batting an eye anymore at losing this. Like, yeah, you're upset, but it's just you need something that feels stable, something that feels like I'm in control of this. Like, I just need, and honestly, viewer, I feel for you, okay? Because I don't think you're asking for much. I think you're just asking for like a little morsel of control. But Spirit's like, no, not yet. And you feel like you're deciding between what is your wish fulfillment, what is healing for you, and what isn't. But I actually think that the decision you're making, it's sort of unrelated. It's like your wish fulfillment, if you continue on this path, especially if this is the case where you're like a creative person, or you have the flexibility in, say, a job, I guess it could be a relationship or even traveling, but you have the flexibility to go like right or left, and you're trying to figure out, it's like, well, which one's going to make me happier? And you get so overwhelmed that you're like, you know what, forget it. I don't even want to make the move. I don't even want to make the career change. I don't even want to put out this new product because I don't care anymore. It's too much. And so it's like you're calling it quits, but in fact, it didn't really matter which one you chose necessarily. Both would bring you in this abundance, but you're just like wanting to pull away. And I don't know if it's just like out of like almost a rebellious, like, I waited so long, it's almost like shaking your fist. Kind of like, you know, it's a lot of frustration. There you go. On your part, viewer. Ooh, my mood ring's changing. Forget what the colors mean. Okay, so let's get a few more, okay? Because I can tell this is a difficult energy, and rightfully so. I think you are completely valid in feeling this way, okay? I just want to tell you that this is difficult. It's a lot of trust. So let's see. I'm gonna use something more fun. We're gonna liven this up. Alright, I'm gonna break this into two. I love using these apples to apple cards. If anyone else does divination, try it. It's so fun. Okay, Spirit guides, what do you have? What do you have? Spirit guides. Okay. And I'll put these over here. Okay, so first off, sign spinners, that's interesting. Okay, intuitively what I'm getting is almost like the universe keeps giving you signs, but it's almost like you twist it in your head. So you'll ask for a sign to validate it, and then it's like you'll talk yourself out of it logically. It's like, okay, but what if that means, oh, it's actually this opposite thing? And it's like you're contorting the signs. Yeah. Okay, hold on. So let me see. We've got thrift shop, which 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And people with no rhythm. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Because what I was about to say with the sign spinners is it's like this little mental dance. It's like intellectual contortion. So people with no rhythm, that to me is like a lack of fluidity. Instead of like just going with the flow and able to really feel the energy around you, you're wanting something concrete, like this Emperor. But the way that you're going about it, when it's coming in reverse here, it's a little misguided, and it's not very helpful to you, which again sucks, because I think you're kind of feeling like nothing has been helpful for you. It's just not the case. Although I do think maybe you haven't been getting like a lot of communication about it. So I mean, fair to you, viewer. Thrift shop, yeah. So this could be around an abundance mindset, and if this has to do with your finances and your money, especially if you have a family, I can see why you're kind of freaking out. It's like you've been penny pinching, you've been you're really asking, you might have even asked spirits like, okay, where do I put this money and where do I put that money, and like 6 months from now, 5 years from now, like trying to really get something concrete down. You're looking for the right signs. You're really invested in the material world, so much so that it's kind of overriding whatever this initial choice was that you had to make. I think it's overshadowing your heart energy, and because you're operating out of lack, that shadow energy, you're leading with your shadow. And I think that would probably sum up the Emperor in reverse pretty well. Yeah, you're leading with your shadow. That's what's controlling the situation. And also, I think you're working too hard. This is a little bit of the, the unhealthier masculine energy, the toxic masculine energy, the kind where it's like, I have to work, I have to control everything. It's my way or the highway. Nobody can tell me what to do. Whereas if you were in this receptive energy, even like this childlike energy, where it's just, you keep your thoughts very light, very just, and then what's great about the Page of Swords is like you can still look into this, you can still have questions. Like, I don't want to shame you for asking spirit, and because the people are like, oh, don't think about it anymore, don't ask these questions. No, there's a lot of power in mental acuity and wanting to understand, but only if you can harness it in a way, like if you can always realign it back to you and how it's going to be beneficial to you, right? So first of all, I will say this. Look, don't ever ask questions you don't want answers to. There we go. And if you realize like you maybe don't want the answer, you can't handle it, ask yourself why, and then work through that shadow bit by bit. Now, or at least put it on your list, okay? But if you know that you can kind of stay in a high vibration and you're not just asking the question like, oh, why don't I have this yet, spirit? Why don't I have X, Y, and Z? Why can't I just know which choice to make? Why can't you gotta follow your heart? Like, I think your guides, your angels, they can't override your free will here. And look, sometimes I'm kind of sneaky and I try to get around that. And I'm like, okay, well, which path is for my highest good? And I'll like try and draw cards out. I mean, maybe we could do that for you guys. My throat is drying up. But I wonder if this has something to do with communication too. Like maybe you're waiting to communicate something to your community and to your like society. And this has something to do with your reputation or this new identity that you're wanting to cultivate. But that might only be for 1 or 2 people. Sorry. Okay, let me see what these have. So your guides, what else do you want to clarify, say? Elephant in the room. Changing careers. Democratic Party and Magic Circle. So that makes me think like there is a choice to be made. Could maybe lost some sort of freedom. Oh, I lost the other one. Yeah, so changing careers. I really do think this could have something to do with a career. Especially, I mean, because we are talking about finances. That elephant in the room. I love this card. Look. Sorry, I can't see the screen, so I hope you guys can like see everything. But elephant in the room, just ignore him. I wonder if that's what you've been doing. It's like you're really frustrated, but there might be something that you have to look at, and you're like, no, I'll look at that later. But first, let me make this decision. First, I need control over this, and then we'll look at that thing like way over there, in the shadows under the rickety light. So we have email. Sometimes I write on the cards, because I get different interpretations and I think they're funnier. That landed on the Emperor in reverse. So, oh, I remember this. Okay, look, I'll read it, but the females circle around the male in an all-out display of their assets. Once males approach them, they are met with hostility until the female, quote-unquote, gives in. Angry thought is coming for your man. So I think that's actually kind of funny, because the females essentially, they go all out trying to get these men that like literally they're like right there shaking their assets, and then the male starts to approach and they're like, how dare you come up to me, as if I was even could ever be interested in you, until they like give in. And then it's kind of funny, but yeah, so maybe you really like put yourself out there like on the line, and I don't know if the universe is roasting you, because it's like we're trying to give you what you want and now you're acting like you don't want it, but we know you do. That's it's like, stop playing games. We know what you want. Stop pretending. It's almost, and especially with the Four of Cups in reverse that I saw earlier, it's like they want to give you your cup. It might not look how you thought it would on the surface. That doesn't mean like you sip it, it's not, I mean, like, it's the magic Kool-Aid. I don't know. I actually don't even know what magic Kool-Aid is. I assume it's drugged, but psychedelic. But no. But it's almost like, I don't want it. Like, I want to have a tantrum instead. You took too long. I'm not interested anymore. And they're like, stop being a little hoe. We know you want this. Because it's almost like you're throwing a hissy fit. Emperor in reverse. I'm so sorry, viewer. But, you know, humor is the best medicine. So, yeah, it's like there's something... I almost wonder, too, if the elephant in the room is, like, this offer that you have been given, or that, like, the universe has been trying to, like, present to you, and you're like, no, I don't want that. I already said I don't want that. I want this, like, I want to know if I should choose choice A or B. And they're like, but choice C over here is, like, mind-blowing. And you're like, yeah, I'll get to it. I'll look at it later, like, but first, like, just tell me this. I want to know about this. And it's, if that's the case, it's, like, directly related to what you're asking about. It just, again, it looks a little different. And, yeah, so it's either that or whatever it was that you were wanting, that answer. If you did give up on a project, it's almost like after the fact, you start thinking about it and you're like, you know what, choice A would have been really good for me. And now you're, like, watching other people go and do stuff that's kind of similar. And you're like, why didn't I do that? And there's a little bit of resentment there and some bitterness. And it's like it's still on the table for you, but it's, I don't know if it's out of principle, but it's like, well, nope, I already said I'm giving up. I already told Spirit they weren't quick enough. I don't know. So let me get a few more for you. Okay, for the viewer, let me see, do I want this one or... Ooh. Okay, let me see. So you guys, guardian angels. For the viewer, what do we have? Do you want to clarify? Okay, that was like two. That seems like too many. I'm just gonna pull this back. All of them? So you guys, did you want all of them? Okay, I'll take these two. And I'm not sure. We'll put those back in. Oh, appreciation of one's own success or good fortune. Okay. Anything else for you guys? Okay. Oh, on the bottom we have wealth. The total of your money and property equaling a large amount. Prosperity, affluent. Okay. So recognition. I think I said something earlier about this maybe potentially having something to do with status. And when I saw affluent, that came back to me. So, okay. And what's behind it? Fulfillment. Oh, wow. Okay. And growth. So, first off, can you guys see? Okay. Get me to knock that over. 10 wands in reverse. I really think there is some heavy burden that you guys are wanting to drop, and you feel like you can't, or if you do, you'll lose everything, and it's just putting you in this energy of like all or nothing and kind of spiteful, a little resentful. But so giving back, yeah, providing for others and appreciation of one's own success or good fortune, growth to develop and expand, to make a better version, fulfillment, the state of being actual or complete, and recognition, being publicly acknowledged or known for something. Yeah, self-actualization, improvement. I think you really are wanting to provide for people, and this could be a family, whether this is one that you're planning in your head or an actual community, because you had 10 of Cups and you had 10 of Pentacles, and I think that you want to be seen as somebody that's stable, that's committed to your career path, to your, I mean, I'm getting a heavy career. This could be anything though. This could be like, I mean, if it's not your career, I still feel like it's your sole purpose. It could be manifesting in a different way. Like maybe if you're moving finally to this country that you've always wanted to move, and you just want people to see you living like your best life, how you've always felt in your heart, like just at peace. And but because it's not happening, it's really making you feel like you're not complete. Like there is this lack again kind of coming through. And I think in part it has to do with not getting the recognition that you deserve and believe you deserve. And I'm not saying that you don't deserve the recognition, viewer. I think you do. I think you've put a lot of work into this. It's just the recognition that you're seeking is of a material type, I believe. And unfortunately, the world only does recognize so many types of recognition or operate in that. And so it's, slim pickings for how one displays. And this is the thing. People, they're like, why do you even care about like your reputation? Why would you even care like to show off? And it's not that. It's getting to live authentically, like on stage. Like you want people to see you for you, authentically, your sole purpose, in alignment. And that's what you want. You want to feel powerful, empowered in the way that you're like, was it thought and action, mind, body, and soul. Like there is this harmony, I think, that you're seeking. And it feels like you're getting denied this harmony over and over and over and over again. It's like every time you want to grow past your this little bubble, this little fish tank is the word I was using yesterday. It's like it's like you're getting denied, and to be honest, instead of getting recognition, it's almost like you feel like you're getting rejection, which stings. And so yeah, I totally get it, and I honestly I could I see like why you're justified and just wanting to quit and just saying, well, you know what, whatever power I do have, like, I'm done because I'm not valued here, I'm not getting what I deserve. And if this isn't with spirit, like maybe this is with the company, like maybe you've been asking to be promoted or to be moved over from one sector to another sector, and it's like, well, we're going to put you over here in this third branch, and you're like, that's not what I asked. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do those projects. I want to do something over here, so just tell me over here. And then it's like they can't give you a straight answer, so you just quit, and you're like, you know what, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of your bullshit, I'm done. I don't. And then you have someone from HR reach out to you like a few days later. They're like, we're so sorry about that. Did you want to, like, do you still want to pursue something over here? And you're like, no, I don't even want. I can't work there anymore. That environment is just too toxic. Nobody saw my value. And or maybe they're saying like, oh, we didn't really explain, but when you go off and do like the third branch, like, you'd actually be doing the same job you wanted in sector 1 or 2, but we'd actually pay you more because it's something we're trying to develop, or it's maybe there's an extra component to it that would appeal to you that you don't know about yet. Like maybe you'd have more creative freedom, or you'd get to work from home like half the day, or I mean half of your days, but maybe half the day, I don't know. Okay, I thought that had another one behind it. So yeah, if it's not spiritual, it really could be something like that. And let me see. And also with that, it could just be like you're getting mixed signs from them too. And I'm just gonna take a sip of my drink real quick. Okay, I want to get you guys some like little basket messages. Let me kind of fluff that up a little. Okay, so for the viewer, spirit guides, what messages do you have for the viewer? What would you like to clarify? Okay, I guess that's just one. But I have many baskets, haha. Spirit guides, what do you want to tell? What messages do you have? Ah, that one fell off the table. Wait, I got one more basket. I mean, I have many more baskets, but I only brought these. Yeah. I didn't want to overkill. Alright. These are emotions and statements. I'm going to assume this is probably how you're feeling right now, but let me just... that one just... Okay. Wow, that one was like the most of all of them. Okay, now let me see. This one fell off the table. Okay. That one was over there. So let's see. On Emu. Also, the fact that this one landed on this tarot deck and this one landed... Wait, can you see that? Yeah, okay. And this one landed on that deck over there. Probably means I'll end up using them, because that's kind of a... Yeah, just intuitively, I usually feel like that means use these. Okay, so I am worthy of being loved and being happy. Yeah. Okay, I mean, yes, you are valid. And I think maybe on the... Oh my god, it was like a little fuzz from my sweater. I just freaked out. I'm just gonna take you off. Okay. Yes, you are valid and wanting to feel loved and happy, and something about the situation wasn't making you feel very happy or loved, I think. So growth. What do we have? Too interesting. I'm obsessed with you. So you, maybe you do have, you might have a lot of Capricorn in your chart. And look, no diss. You're talking to a Capricorn stellium in the second house. But like this message is hitting home. Okay, but I'm obsessed with you. So definitely a growth mindset. And let's see. I haven't thought about a future commitment with you. What is going on? Okay, so you're obsessed with growth, but then that's also coming out. I haven't thought about a future commitment with you. I wonder if that's a fear of yours though. Because the moon's in reverse, so it's like I don't know, it's kind of making me think earlier when I was saying you're wanting to plan this all out, like a 5-year plan, but you're not given the information to do that. Okay, so the moon in reverse, we have backtrack. And do you have someone else? On 3 of Wands. Yeah, now I see why I'm going to need that tarot deck over there. Okay. I'm not focused on love right now. What's the 3 of Wands? Sorry, that's gonna bother me. I'm just gonna take that off. Okay. Dissolve the contract. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to hurt you, but I don't plan on changing. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be insensitive. I just kind of feel like that's your energy. Again, especially if this is like to the universe. Okay. I'm tired of feeling used. Okay, yeah. I mean, if this is like a romantic thing, by the way, if you're like waiting for somebody to make a choice and it's like maybe you're not in a relationship and you're trying to pin them down and say like, look, I need you to tell me, are we in a serious relationship? Are we dating? Or are we just friends? And I don't know, maybe like they couldn't give you a direct answer and you walked away. But I don't know. I wasn't seeing like a lot of, I mean, the Lovers is here and the 10 of Cups was here, but let me see. This could also be like you've been working really hard on this project or trying to get your life elevated to this next level. And I almost, I feel like you've shut love out. Like, I don't have time for this right now, even though you want it. And maybe you're waiting and it's like, okay, well, I could start dating. I can start thinking about a future like that once I get this established. And it's taking so long. And you're like, Spirit, why? God, why? Or like, or just mad at your boss. It's like, I need to make this amount of money so I feel like I can date and be like supported. Like I could support myself, or I could support another person, or I could support like going on fun adventures with them. I want to love you. Okay, so I want to love you, ... I'm tired of feeling used, ... Okay. So what are we clarifying with that deck? Being used. Oh my gosh. Okay. And on this one, we got stay away from this person. Wow. Okay. So I don't know if that's advice like from spirit to stay away from somebody. Maybe it's a Sagittarius rising, but this could also just be your own mindset where you're like, I want to stay away from this person. They make me feel used. So let's see. Spirit guides, can you give us some of their zodiac placement so we know who this person is that the viewer is being advised to stay away from? Anything not of the highest vibration of love and light must leave. Spirit guides, the zodiac placements of this person. Advice to stay away from. Okay, so it could be somebody that has a Gemini moon. I also feel like that could be, because I'm just thinking like Gemini, they're an air sign, and to go back and forth with an idea until basically like, instead of being able to get clarity on something, you've gone so far out of whatever the small parameter was that you were trying to hone in on, right? Because usually when you're thinking out something, it's that process of going macro, micro, macro, micro, right? And if you stay going macro, 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 it's like, okay, but this could be connected to this and then to that. And then you are basically in this giant web of beautiful knowledge that's wonderful, but of no help to you and your situation. So sure, maybe you've created this hierarchy system of some sort of information or knowledge, but again, it's not really useful to you at that point. It's almost like a distraction. But this, again, this could be somebody with a Gemini moon, because that's a pretty strong statement. So let me see. Spirit guides for the viewer. What person are they being advised to stay away from? Any other placements? I can feel them getting kind of stuck together. Oh, okay, I didn't mean to, but now I'm going to look. Pisces Sun and Virgo Sun, since they jumped out. Okay. So guys, okay, so we also have Aries Moon. All right. Also, maybe be careful, because we have that Aries Moon, like, this is the 8th, and it's probably like 1 o'clock in the morning. So by the time this uploads, I'm just going to say like today, be careful of getting lost in your mind. But if these are particular people, be weary, especially if you know their placements and, you know, those happen to be them. Can I get the sun sign? Okay, they could be a Scorpio rising. Oh my gosh, why all of the moons? The moon is so heavy in this. Okay, Capricorn moon. We have Pisces rising, and then Libra moon. Oh my gosh, there is an equal distribution of, oh, it could be Cancer sun. A distribution of sun, moon, and rising in this deck, but wow, lots of moon energy. Okay. Yeah. Can we just get like a sun or two, spirit guides, for the viewer? So if this is a person, they know who this person is. Okay, those flew off the table. Hold on. Scorpio rising again. Okay. Capricorn rising. Virgo rising. Okay, Aquarius sun. And Capricorn moon again. So we have one sun. So if this is an Aquarius, I guess be wary. Let's get some tarot though. How are you being used? Spirit guides. How is the viewer being used? How are they being used? Okay. More almost fell out, but I kind of caught them, but alright. What? What do you mean how they're... Okay, hold on. Ten of Swords in reverse. This could be somebody from the past that's like coming in with an offer of love and stability, but maybe there is something deceptive about it because we have the Moon in reverse. And if this isn't a person, maybe like, again, this could be a job that you left or something else that... Now, hold on, because this could also just be how you think you're being used, and I need to clarify that before I tell you guys, like, do this or don't do that. I mean, always use your own discernment and judgment. I'm just giving you the information I have, what I can provide, and it's very little compared to, like, you know, your own life experience. What is the true, authentic nature of this in regards to the viewer and what it can provide for the viewer? Spirit guides, give me a card, please. Okay. I have Five of Swords in reverse on the bottom. So this kind of landed on the Lovers and the Star in reversed. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So what it is and like its authentic, true nature, it definitely could be something from the past. Somebody that's looking at this from rose-colored glasses. And a Ten of Pentacles in reverse, it's not great. I don't know if you can hear the guinea pigs in the background. This is somebody that's like wanting to come in and promise all of this stability. This, you know, this kind of feels like future faking to me. It's like, oh yeah, when we're married or when we're together, but then when it comes to it, like in the present, this isn't somebody you can pin down. It's like, oh yeah, but later in the future, not now. And it's, I don't know, with the rose-colored glasses and this is that's inner child work that needs to be done. Okay, this took kind of a turn. Okay, here's another thing. If this relates to work, this is potentially a limiting belief that you have, that you've carried from childhood around your inherent worth and what you're willing to invest in, what you're worthy of looking into or starting. The Page of Pentacles upright, they're like a school kid basically. Like they're wanting to learn. It's pretty, actually it's very similar to the Eight of Pentacles, but this is more of like the book savvy version of that initial start of learning one's trade or craft. In reverse, especially with the Ten of Pentacles up here, I think this situation for you, it feels like it's almost going to restore this unhealthy family dynamic. Like it's going to heal it. It's going to offer you this fulfillment, this Ace of Cups that just feels like you are finally being given the love and the worthiness that you weren't given. And I'm so sorry, the like trigger warning, that you didn't receive or receive enough of, or in the way, the capacity that you needed to where it would have took. And this situation, it's like your heart is in it, but part of your trigger that you might be operating out of is that you're using this to fill some sort of trauma-sized hole or shadow. And because of that, it's almost like you keep self-sabotaging. It's like you put in all of this work, and maybe you just idealized it in the beginning, and you were like, this is it, I'm gonna do this, I'm so excited, this is going to be my everything. Because mind you, 10 of Pentacles came out twice. It came out in reverse over here, and here it's coming out again. It's like this promise of fulfillment, of riches, of wealth, of stability, of a happy family dynamic. And I almost see that the true nature of this is a little bit of the disillusionment. It's like this dichotomy or polarity that's happening, where you see this as, oh man, what is that? It's like the snake of Ophiuchus, where it's both the venom and the medicine. The situation for you is like the venom and the medicine, especially with the sign spinners. So you're looking at the situation and you're switching polarities. So at one hand, it's like, this is going to be the thing that heals you. This is going to be what fixes the shadow work. And we had an elephant in the room. I think this is all starting to come together now. And it's like, you don't really want to look at this healing yet, because you kind of think like, well, if I get this off the ground, I'm not going to have to even worry about that, because I'll feel worthy. I'll feel like I've done my thing, and I'll prove to myself that whatever limiting beliefs that my family and it like pressed into me, that I was stronger than that, I overcame it, and I don't really have to worry about the shadow work anymore. That was the shadow work. But in the same breath, you'll get close to achieving this, or so set in your ways of moving forward that you put on blinders, and you're not really allowing yourself to stay in this fluid like energy, so that you can cultivate this abundance. And then when you find yourself in these like claustrophobic like stalls almost, because of your refusal to look at anything else. It's almost like an entitlement. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way that you're perceiving this. It's like, I've done this work and I want this or that. And you get yourself in that energy, and when this or that doesn't necessarily come exactly as you want, maybe you start like getting really hard on yourself, and you're like, oh, I guess I wasn't worth it, or maybe this isn't for me, or my family was right, I can't believe I wasted all of this time, like I want to give up, I'm so like it spirals. Okay, and 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and it's like you lose all of the energy, all of the stuff that you put into this. And then when you get really low, it's almost like, how am I going to get out of this situation? How am I going to get out? And then you start and look for, like, again, the star. You look for the shining star. What's going to heal you? And then you try again. You're like, this is it. I have to go. And it's like back and forth, back and forth. And it's not very healing, because you're keeping yourself in this loop, this cycle. Okay. Wow. So, how long is that? Still under an hour. Maybe we could do some charms. Oh, I think I just got my dog's attention. Oh no, okay, she's fine. Let's see. Spirit guides, do you want to clarify any charms? Maybe some signifiers for the viewers, if this is relating to them. Let's see. You have. Okay, that's very good. So I don't want that to fall. On the star in reverse, you have the angry pineapple. And I think that kind of is what undoes your healing. It's like you get really angry and upset about this. Ooh, okay, yeah. I want to love you. I'm tired of feeling used. And you have soul fragment. Yeah, something about this is, yeah, okay. I definitely think that there's something that needs to be healed here that you've been carrying for a while. On 10 of Pentacles in reverse, I don't even know what emotion, I don't know how to describe that, except for just like, it's more than overwhelm. It's like disoriented and overwhelmed. Okay, on being used, we have the Sagittarius and we have the letter K. You could be a Sagittarius, especially if you have the letter K as your name and you feel like you're being used, or maybe you are using somebody that's a Sagittarius with the letter K. We have the letter E. Here, let me just grab all of the letters that I'm seeing over here. We have S on the Gemini sun. Let's see, we also have, let me just get these first. Okay. So, E, S, B, and Y. Oops, I had to kick the. Okay, and then we've got the letter D and Scorpio, which landed on the Aries moon. Maybe you're a Scorpio with an Aries moon. The kissy face that landed on the Gemini moon. And we had the letter D, was also on the Gemini moon. So if those clarify or resonate with you, all the better. I think that's all of them. But yeah, that's just sort of an extra confirmation. If it resonated though, if you felt this in your soul, like, then it's your message, you know it. And I hope this helped, even if it was just feeling seen and validated for all of this like shit that you've been going through, because honestly it's a lot. And even if these battles are internal, when we fight with our shadow, it's hard, man. It's really hard. You're fighting demons. This is spiritual warfare. I know we keep hearing that term, especially now, but like it is. You're fighting for your spirit, for your soul, your purpose, and like if you keep the keep the good fight, and you'll win. But I do think you're gonna have to address the elephant in the room in order to stop this polarity of all in to I made the wrong decision, fuck, like start over, I'm not, like all of those crazy thoughts that are just like overwhelming you. And yeah, you might have to try and find like that middle ground so you can stay more fluid, because that fluidity, that energy of just going with it, that ebb and flow, is what's going to really help bring in this abundance. Because when you try to control it and like hold it still, well, energy doesn't work like that. So whatever you're trying to contain it in, it's just going to break the container and you with it. So viewer, that is what I have for you. I hope, yes, I don't know. I hope for your better welfare. Please leave a comment if this did resonate. It would really help me out, and let me know that any of this resonated with you, because I just go with it. And I was called to just see what came out today, and that's what did. So there you have it. Have a good night. Again, be careful with that Aries moon, all right? You might really feel tempted to just go off on somebody or quit something, or just maybe take some rest and drink some hot cocoa or some warm tea, whatever you prefer, your beverage, and just maybe get out a journal. And if you can look at this elephant, even just for like a second or two more than normal. You don't have to do it all at once. Do it in whatever you can and what feels, comfortable enough. But it will help. It will. And it will get better. So that's it. Bye.